chocolate at Willie's.
Mr. Xavier. Oh, we should mention once again that Chibs isn't here today. He's gone on holidays, which really letting the team down. How dare he? So
he got bitten by a vampire on his dick.
As the accountant of the and the payroll officer of this podcast, I did not approve the leave. So whoever approved it fucking didn't go through me, and I'm really fucking annoyed about it. And if it happens again,
so I've designated myself 2IC, and as such, everyone's moved up a rank.
Yeah, so I'm now the second least shit person on the podcast.
Unfortunately, me still being here, I don't move rank.
Yeah, and Gav's back.
Gav's back. So Gav's gone from guest slot to permanent slot, and for Chibs to get my slot back and work his way back through the ranks of these three other dickheads, he's got to beat me at handball.
Handball, yeah.
So as soon as he's back from holidays, I assume he's going to challenge me. I assume I'm going to kick his ass and he won't be on this podcast.
Little does Chibs know, Gavin actually recruited Kevin Rudd on his handball team, so he's pretty fucked.
Yeah. Hell.
Yeah,
it's all over, mate. I thought it was interesting last episode, Zav, that you said King was the top spot because in my circles it was Ace.
Right? It was Ace, yeah.
Ace,
I
King,
didn't make that
Queen,
comment.
Jack.
No, there was no Ace, mate. I didn't have enough friends for an Ace, so
yeah,
way to bring that up.
Because you didn't go to one of those nice schools.
I only had one friend. It was me. Played against the wall.
Yeah, well.
All right,
Did
Zav,
the
do
wall
you want to
ever
read
let
us?
you win, Xavier?
Yeah, sometimes the wall beat me, and I was like, "Oh, wall, you've done it again."
Zav, do you want to read us some lyrics for Breakfast at
Let's
Tiffany's
do
by
it.
Deep
Yeah.
Blue
Let's just
something?
not bring up my childhood depression. Cool. Verse 1. You say that we've got nothing in common, no common ground to start from, and we're falling apart. You'll say the world has come between us, our lives have come between us. Still, I know you just don't care.
Okay. That's
Something
pretty
to ponder.
bleak, man. It's fucking bleak.
It is, man.
Bleak for a
It's
big
really bleak.
mid-90s pop.
I'm not
grunge
going to
kid.
lie, I didn't actually rehearse what I just did. The more I read it, the more I felt like I had to say it the way I did.
I can tell because you started out like you were going to give like a 3 out of 10 effort. Oh,
Yeah.
It did go
Not going off the
slightly
way
John
we
Williamson.
Yeah.
Like you say, we got nothing in common, no common ground to start from. We're
Bit of
falling
bush po-
apart.
bit of
You
bush
know what it
poet in
was?
there.
It was it's because I haven't watched the races in a long time. I was like, you say that we've got nothing in common, no common ground to start from, and we're falling apart. You'll say the world has come between us, our lives have come between us. Still, I know you just don't care.
That was genuinely
Won
impressive.
$10.
Yeah.
That's how we should read all of them.
You should read everything like that. The newspaper in the morning, the fucking TV guide at night. That's it.
Yeah.
Top to bottom.
Text
little
from my mum,
walk.
haven't heard you in 3 weeks. Are you still alive? No, I'm not.
I have nothing of note to say about this first verse. And it's almost a bit annoying that he's trying to cling on to someone that he has nothing in common with.
See,
Yeah,
I sort of went the opposite way with that a little bit. I sort of thought that, I think that's, I mean, obviously this is sort of leading into the chorus, but I just thought that was such a funny notion that they've got so little in common that they've reached the level where they're talking about Audrey Hepburn films and what they, roughly thought about them as the bridge, like the foundation of their relationship is what they each thought of this film, which is
a damn catchy song about nothing, isn't it?
That's exactly it, I guess.
Do you have anything to say, Dan Southern?
Oh, it's confusing. It's like nothing in common, no common ground to start from. He's like, we got nowhere to start from. But he's like, the world has come between us. So that implies that they were close and the world has come between them. But
They
he's
would have
saying
had
we
to
got
know
nowhere.
it was something.
Yeah. So it's like, it's not really consistent.
You guys ever been with someone that you had nothing in common with?
Yes.
Yeah.
No.
I actually I just had so little in common with that everyone sort of every time I talked to them, they'd sort of they thought I was taking the piss a little bit. They'd be like, "Why? What are you doing?"
Actually, I tend to
No,
choose.
man, I get it. We click, and they're like, "About what?" Very, very different people. I don't know. Sometimes and they say that opposites attract. I don't know.
So no, that's the thing. That's the thing with me. I think when I said no, I think I meant yes to the point that I choose people that I have nothing in common with, so that I at least have something new to learn.
That's
And
a lot.
they've
There's
got-
a lot of merit in that. I really do think there's a lot
That's
of
a bit
merit.
wholesome, isn't it? I'm so
It really
lonely.
is a bit wholesome, Zab. I feel like you and me should maybe date. I don't know. Just see what's going on over here.
Well,
I
you
feel
and I
like
have hooked up many times, so
we've
let's
actually
not talk about
we've
that.
actually kissed on several occasions. Yeah,
Mm.
but what
We
else?
kiss when we greet each other. We do.
We definitely
think
do.
that,
I kissed
like-
you left the shop the other day.
Yeah, like
on the
kiss.
street, and a lot of people looked at us.
And they would have seen me turn around and blush, and they would have been like, "Oh, he's a happy
He's
man."
actually- he means it.
We have a lot in common.
Mm.
Yeah, no, we got a lot going on.
Mm. No
if we
common
think
ground.
about the idea that two people have nothing in common, like let's assume that one of them blinks their eyes. Does that
Yes,
is
let's
that to
assume
imply
that.
that the other, like one of them must blink?
So
Does that mean the other one just walks around staring at everyone? 'Cause
What
it's like,
about?
I'm
Yeah,
gonna ask
like, we've got-
Albo, if you're like just a little bit of a necrophiliac and you're playing with that body and you're like, well, you're giving me nothing here. We've got nothing. You're not even blinking. You're just your eyes are closed. You know.
What about? Here's one.
At
Just
what point
think
are you
about
like this
fucking-
relationship's done? Like, I mean, they can't say no about it, but like, whatever. I don't know.
if they've got nothing in common, nothing. What Dan's saying, nothing at all. One of them falls asleep, and the other one's just looking at them like, "What the fuck is that? Have they just done?
Yeah, that's right.
How'd you manage that?
What's
And
that?
like-
Are you? What? Hello?
Yeah. Or it's like, hey, what are you on for dinner? McDonald's? And it's like, what do you mean?
Dinner.
And he's like, well, dinner.
Dinner.
Like, what do you want
What
to
do you want
eat
to
for
eat?
dinner? She's like, I'm not familiar with this. What
That's
are you?
not what
And
you're
he's
saying.
like, what do you like? I am going to put some food in me through my mouth
Sustenance.
soon.
Hang on.
And it's going to go down my esophagus and sustain me. What
Dude.
would you like for that to be? That's going to go into you? And she's like,
Natural sunlight, thank you.
I
Just like any
am-
other plant.
yeah,
And you can,
it's like,
I
I'm
can
not
see
familiar.
where this conversation would go, because he'd kind of be like, "Oh no, she's talking about like she might be a vegan or something," and he's like, "Oh, you don't want like dinner, like I don't know, maybe you're doing some 12-hour on, 12-hour off thing. That's fine, you don't want it." And he's like, "I see you're like a vegan or you're doing some weird diet." She's like, "Vegan diet? What do you mean putting things in your mouth? What?"
Well, she wouldn't even have a mouth. That would imply
No,
that they'd have
no.
something in common. She's got a featureless
Yeah,
face.
she's
a featureless.
she's a
See, what
plant.
I
like
think
she's
flap
a
of
flower.
skin.
No, I think she's a jellyfish.
She must be like.
Yeah.
There's nothing in common between a person and a jellyfish, surely.
Because
I don't go around stinging people.
there's not a human that can sting.
That's right.
Muhammad Ali.
Like, what's the furthest thing from a human being that you can think of? Like a human
Furthest thing
being,
from a human being.
whether it's a male or female or whatever. Like human being, what's the most opposite thing that you can think of that
jellyfish
would have
eat.
nothing in common?
I thought a schnitzel burger, but to be honest, eat both.
Yeah, I have a lot in common with a schnitzel burger.
No. I gotta cut you off there. There's a lot of stuff inside a wow. I already said the thing I was going to say first. There's a lot of things in a schnitzel burger that are related to humans, like the protein content, the gluten.
Yeah, like I said,
Chicken.
both equally edible. I think is yeah.
Mm.
I did just look up. I googled, as I tend to do, what do humans and jellyfish have in common? And we are 60% genetic similarity to jellyfish. So even we have something in common with the humble jellyfish.
Did you Google what the least human thing on this planet
I
is?
just did.
Okay. Yep. Cool.
First
cool.
thing, I googled most opposite to human.
Yeah.
The
What did
first
you
thing that
get?
comes up with is deity.
I'll tell you what I got, and I think it's quite weird. Is robot? I feel like robots are trying to mimic humans in their entirety. So I feel like that's such a weird one to be like that's the opposite of. 'Cause it's like that's
It's
the
debatable.
What about an amoeba?
closest of. I don't know.
No,
An amoeba's not bad actually. I like that.
human like shared experience is still existence. You know.
We are getting deep.
Yeah.
Which one of you dropped DMT before this? Was it all of us or just me?
All right, Joe Rogan.
I opened up my TV snacks, and you know how fucking big of a night it's going to be when TV snacks get opened.
My first thought was that you guys ever seen Whose Line Is It Anyway? When there's like the sit stand kneel game.
Yes.
Yeah.
So one of them's always hilariously standing up when the other one sits down.
When the other one is equally hilariously sitting down.
Yes.
All
A
right,
lot of
let's
yes
move on to the
and. A
chorus.
lot of yes
Let's move
and
on.
going.
Oh, also, and we're
No,
falling
no.
apart. Lepers. They're both lepers. That was the other thought. I thought maybe they're both leprosy
And
people.
we're falling apart. Okay.
I still
so
think
you're not talking about a
ma-
relationship. You think they're physically falling
Maybe
apart.
one of them's a flower. That's what I'm thinking here.
Or are
Yeah.
they both slow cooked pulled pork?
Read on. We'll find out.
Mm. So anyway, I fucking says to her, says Lava, says Pet, I says, what about Breakfast at Tiffany's? And she said, I think I remember that film. And as I recall, I think we both kind of liked it. And I said, well, that's one thing we've got.
Well, that's one thing we've got.
Mm.
Oh, well, that's one thing we've got.
And here's the thing that you just said wrong. I feel like you might have just said that wrong, and I think that the implication is also wrong. I think the actual lyric is, well, I said, well, that's the one thing we've got. To say the one thing we've got implies that it is quite literally the only thing they have. Whereas to say that's one thing, it's like it's one of maybe many. But no, I think the actual lyric is that's the one thing. And in watching the film clip, I'm fairly sure he does say, well, that's the one thing we've got.
Well, Gav, I hate to cut you off here, mate, but I did get the lyrics of Genius Lyrics, and I've never really heard you have been called a genius. So, checkmate, champion.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
look, Chief. I don't claim to be a genius. But
Oh,
I'm
he's
over
cheated
here
me. He's cheated me on the podcast, everyone.
Full rank.
Listen, Chief. I'm just saying.
Chips isn't coming back, is he?
I think he says, "Well, that's the one thing." And what did you watch the film clip, Xavier? Did you?
No.
Okay, well, maybe shut the fuck up then. I don't know. Just
I think I remember the film clip.
Also, here's a good one.
I think.
Also,
I remember
just
the
a
film.
real quick, completely unrelated public service announcement to anyone in the world who owns an Apple MacBook and finds themselves with a box of TV snacks. Do not rest TV snack on your laptop; it will melt the chocolate.
Ah, you've got an
all
apple
over your
laptop.
laptop.
It's gone and melted.
Yep, I've done it.
Big
I've
F in
done
the
it.
chat for that one.
Mm.
That's unfortunate. I'm
That's
actually
not
doing
as
this on an
unfortunate
MacBook. I
as-
don't have TV snacks. I've only got whiskey and beer, and they're both getting slowly warmer on my MacBook. That's a real shame.
Not as unfortunate as this chorus.
Could you imagine dating
Yeah.
someone, just back on that before?
Yeah.
And it's like, you watched one movie that you both kind of liked.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Specifically,
She
kind of like.
She thinks she remembers the film. You are clutching at straws, my man, deep.
What's a movie that if someone mentions it, you're like, yeah, I think I'm pretty sure I've seen that.
Well, all of them. I don't remember.
Lord of the
movie, but-
Rings.
You don't really remember Lord of the Rings?
Nah, I've seen one of them. I'm like,
Can I got to tell a miniature anecdote here about a film that I kind of watched. There was a film once called Solaris. I forget who was in it, but it was a weird sci-fi movie. And I watched Solaris, and it was so bad that I ended up naming the porn folder on my home computer Solaris because I assumed that anyone that knew what it was just would not open the folder. So that became my like go-to for.
That's really
hiding
funny
porn.
that you should bring that up because I listened to a Hamish and Andy podcast today where they were talking about that very subject. What do you name your hidden stash
you're
folder?
kidding. Okay,
And
yeah.
one person called it Adelaide because no one's clicking. But
I think
yeah,
I just called mine porn as a bit of a double.
That's fair. Well, it's sort of
Like no one's gonna. He's made it so obvious that I'm not gonna
Yeah.
click on that.
Well, my computer went so long in the tooth that it sort of went from the point where I was young and needing to hide porn to the point where I was older and didn't really give a fuck. And if Mum was on the computer and she was like, "Oh, like clicking through,"
She had
things,
her
like,
own.
"Oh, what's
It
over
was
here?"
her own fault.
I assume she had her own, and I didn't ask what that was called. But at some point, she was like navigating herself on the
Adelaide.
computer. I was like, "Mum, quickly, just before you go any further, if you find a folder called Solaris, it's all of my porn. So just be careful if you click on it." And she was like, "Oh, cool, thanks for the heads up." And I think she appreciated
That folder's really sticky.
I assume that she opened it and just sent the.
I actually
full
think
file
you
to my
and your mum
father.
have a very open relationship in that sort of way, Gavin. That's not.
I'm in an
not very
open
normal.
relationship with my. Listen, Ryan, I didn't know if you needed to bring this up on the podcast, but yeah, I don't know.
I think I have seen that film, and I both kind of liked it.
Has anyone seen Breakfast at Tiffany's? Is my
I
No.
actually haven't. No.
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 No, and interesting that also I feel like this should be a segment. I was today years old when I found out by reading the lyrics and seeing the little quotations that he's referencing something. I had to look into that and I'm like, oh, so he's saying, what about Breakfast at Tiffany's, referring to the movie? I always thought the song was just saying
About his mate
what
Tiffany.
what about me and you go and have breakfast at Tiffany's? What about that? Let's just go to Tiffany's and have breakfast.
The next
And
bit would
Tiffany's
have
is a
fuck out of you forever then.
Tiffany's is a jewelry shop.
Yeah, I always just thought that's what it meant. Like, let's go and have breakfast at Tiffany's.
enough. It's about Audrey Hepburn, the actress.
Did you catch though that
No, it's about Tiffany.
the film that he's actually was inspired by was not Breakfast at Tiffany's, which is obviously the Audrey Hepburn film.
Mm.
It was by Roman Holiday, which was another Audrey Hepburn film, but he just didn't think that sat as well in the as far as lyrics go. He didn't want
That's
to say.
right.
So I said, "What about Roman Holiday?" You know what I mean? So they
Roman Holiday.
exactly. It was an
Would-
awkward. It was
not-
an awkward
not nearly
lyric
as
to throw in there.
catchy.
So yes, exactly. So they ditched Roman Holiday and he just sort of went with another Hepburn film.
What are some other movie
he-
titles with the same kind of syllables that would have worked in this place?
Breakfast
Tenacious
at
Deep Pick of Destiny.
No,
Weekend at Bernie's.
gone in 60 seconds.
Breakfast at Tiff.
I'm trying to do a
It's
real
6
one.
syllables.
So, a second.
We need 6 syllables.
Yeah, I went for 5 and stretched it. 6.
And I said, what about Friday the 13th?
Not
That's
bad.
5 as well.
Oh,
You just-
that's 5, but that's good. Getting
the
it.
Big Lebowski. I don't know. That's
Vegas.
Oh, it's going to be
Vacation.
Yes, that's 6. Yep.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. That's 6.
What's eating Gilbert Grape?
What's
What's
he?
eating Gilbert?
Jesus Christ, he's gone and done it. That's perfect.
Grape?
That's very-
Yep.
What's eating Gilbert Grape?
No, DiCaprio, early Depp and
Mm.
DiCaprio. Fucking hell. And I said, what about what's
eating Gilbert Grape?
She said, I think I
Is that the one where he
Remember
plays someone with Down syndrome?
as I recall, I think we both thought Leo was great.
Slightly offensive.
I thought
And I said, well, that hasn't aged well.
he did very well in that film. It was a really well done movie. I thought they touched on a lot of that movie. Remember the guy that was getting cheated on, drowned in the kids' pool? He got drunk and drowned himself. I don't know if he drowned himself or if he just drowned in the kids'
Is this
pool.
still
but it was
Breakfast at Tiffany's?
No. It's taken a real dark turn, but that's
Dark,
just like
yeah.
you've gone straight down my alley. I don't know what you were planning on, but talking about a kid where a film where DiCaprio, plays a disabled child and Johnny Depp is having an affair with a woman whose husband kills himself. It's just you're in my territory. I don't know what you fucking expected.
That's actually a movie that I kind of remember, and I don't know if I liked it or
I
not.
liked it.
Yeah, maybe.
Mm.
All right, Zab, let's go on to
Anyway,
verse 2 here.
All right, verse 2. I see you, the only one who knew me, and now your eyes see through me. I guess I was wrong. So what now? It's plain to see we're over, and I hate when things are over. There's so much left undone.
Who are you
I
channeling
read that
then?
like the man from Snowy River.
Dan
Yeah.
Southern, are you thinking what I'm thinking?
Oh, yes, I am.
He's a,
Let's say it on
okay.
3.
1,
Okay. 2,
3. He's a ghost.
This woman has superpowers.
Ah.
You were close.
X-ray vision. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the only one who knew me, so he knows no one else.
But her.
Maybe this is
Like-
this is a Sixth Sense thing. The only one who knew me, and now your eyes see through me, because
That lines up with it being
she
a ghost.
sees
Yeah.
dead people.
Yes. And that's why they got nothing in common. She's breathing and eating, and he is just he's no need for such
And when
trends.
the last line here,
He's
when so much
deceased.
is left undone, that's why you become a ghost, because you have unfinished business on this mortal realm.
Yeah. And this lines up with Gav's thing that he was saying before about it being a dead person.
Yeah,
Mm.
sure.
Mm.
Mm.
You don't want to elaborate on that, Cam?
Think
I
about
thought
it.
you jumped right in there going, yes, yes.
Yes, they're dead. I actually completely forget saying that. I've had a few. I apologize.
It was
It's like,
yes.
does it?
Ah,
I was like,
Mr.
an
Burns,
interesting
what
thing
is
that
your
I-
Before I
first
said that,
name?
but it sounded smart.
I don't know.
Yep.
I believe you have a letter for me.
I don't know. I just want to put it out there. I've had a lot of fucking conversations with a lot of fucking different people on Tinder and all the fucking sites.
On Tinder, Bumble, Grinder. He's been on all
Yeah.
of them.
Grinder.
Well done.
And it's honestly, it's like, it's almost like this guy has latched on to the first match he ever got, and there was nothing there, and he was just so overwhelmed by the fact that he got a match, and he's like, I don't know, man, like there's not much there, but like I fucking fully reckon something's gonna happen. And then he's like, so what now? It's plain to see we're over. And like, imagine being the girl on the other end who it's her 400th match, and she's just like, what the fuck do you think this is? Like, I only swipe right because my friends took my phone for 5 minutes.
And she's written in her bio, favorite movie, Breakfast at Tiffany's, and he's latched onto that because he's seen it once,
and he spent the next like 4 hours pretending to know it and like Googling quotes just to like get along with this woman. And I'm like,
this is surely going to be the 1995
Don't do that.
Tinder, right? Though.
yeah.
Just having one film in common and just being like, we're soulmates, surely. And she's, like you say, just got so many other things going on.
Based on a conversation where you both have just sent gifs back and forth.
Anything else about verse 2?
No.
I don't know. I'm a bit disturbed by the line that says, I see you, the only one who knew me." So if that's true, and he actually doesn't know anyone else, she's the only one who knows him. That implies to me that maybe she's had him since he was a baby, and maybe she's raised him.
He's off the grid.
Like, maybe she's his mum.
Maybe she's his mum. Like that's it. And like she's kept him, secluded from the world.
Room style. Yeah, I don't know.
One of them real
I get Black Mirror
cult
vibes from
upbringing
it.
things. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it seems a bit culty.
Culty for sure.
Well, basically,
What does he mean though when he says
Work
so
out
much
in
is
the end. Work out in the end. Like, they say, I feel like, the whole, concept of the song is that he's trying to hold it together by being like, look, we've got this one thing in common. And by the second verse, it didn't take him very long, but he's very much accepted the fact, so what now? It's plain to see we're over. And I hate when things are over with so much left undone. It's like, he's like, fuck it, I guess we are done. He's sort of given up the ghost pretty fucking quickly. I think
I'll tell you what,
one strand he was hanging on to was a very fucking thin strand.
I'll tell you another thing that's left undone is the line there where he rhymes over with over.
Lazy.
There's other things that rhyme with over, and
and we're going to do
they're
it
out
right now.
there.
The
Those words are
white
out there.
cliffs of Dover. You could have talked about. And I hate the white cliffs of Dover.
And I just found a 4-leaf clover.
And I wish this song was produced by Hova.
I like that movie with Danny Glover.
Die Hard.
Glover.
I have a dog named Rover. You're hogging the bed. Could you please move over? Oh, there's over
Oh,
again.
you've got to hit over.
Yeah. When you use it twice, we have to move on.
Yeah. My favorite character on Sesame Street is Grover.
No, but then they'd find two things in common, and that would ruin the song.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, can't be happening.
I went a bit different.
I left something on the stover.
There's a gentleman at my door. He's from Jehovah.
He's a witness. He saw the whole thing.
He saw the whole thing, yeah.
Could you please bend over? Oh, over again. Sorry.
Yeah, look, again, the last one I've got here, I did look into, this is weird because I actually did look into a few things here. I did write some notes for this song, and this is one of them. I went full fucking 6-syllable. This is where I'm talking about the 6-syllable thing again. But yeah, so what now? It's plain to see we're over. I did a little bit of indecent exposure. That's probably why.
So much left undone, like the zipper on his jeans.
Yep.
He just left it undone. He's like, not doing that up.
It's because
All
his
right.
jeans don't actually have a zip. They're like the button zip, which I fucking hate. Who's got a pair of them?
I've got a pair of
The
them.
worst thing is when you go home after trying them on. Actually, you probably should have known when you tried them on. That was probably me just being a fuckwit. Yeah, like I bought some and then I got home and I was like, fuck! They don't have the zip. They got the buttons.
Yeah, I hate that, man. It's fucked.
There's nothing worse than a pair of pants. with
Fuck
buttons
pants
right on the
buttons.
zip.
All right, I'm going to rein this in.
Thanks
Thanks for joining us on Pants Chat. I'm your host, Levi.
Ah!
What would your Pants
Very
podcast be
good.
called?
Undone.
Undone's not bad.
Undone? Yeah.
I like pants.
Belt up!
I'd go with the Seam Team.
Yeah.
Or,
I'll come back to you.
yeah, okay, cool. All right, so we get the same verse. Oh, we get a chorus, another chorus, then we get the same as the first verse. So he's given up on writing any new information here.
Yeah. Well, there's
And then
nothing to
we
say.
get
They don't have anything else in common.
We get 4 choruses, I believe.
We get 4 choruses, and I would love to do it, but I'm not as committed to Chibs about singing 4 choruses in a row.
All right, let me tell you a little bit about Breakfast at Tiffany's. It was released in 1995 on the album Home by Deep Blue Something. It was produced by David Castell and written by Todd Piper, who plays bass guitar and lead vocals on this track. And it...
Or is it Pipes? Todd Pipes.
Oh, it is Todd Pipes. I'm sorry. This is my crappy
It's
handwriting.
not Rick Piper. Fuck them. Shout out.
Oh, he's gone throwing shade. He's gone thrown from fucking shade.
This song peaked at number 5 in the Billboard charts, number 1 in the UK. It charted in Australia, Austria, Germany, Netherlands, New Zealand, Sweden, Switzerland, and Zav's favourite,
Iceland.
Woo! They fucking love a hit in Iceland.
Fucking they do.
As Gavin said before, it was inspired by a different Hepburn film, Roman Holiday, but Breakfast at Tiffany's made a better title. And I had a really nice quote here that the guys were a bit whingy about because this is their only hit and they should know better. But as the song had breakfast in the title, radio stations would have us on at breakfast time. We'd be up until 3 a.m. and wonder why we were pissed off playing at 6 a.m. So, yeah,
There you
sucked
go.
in
Well,
to...
you fucked up with that.
That's what you
What
get.
was the other movie that he was talking about?
Roman Holiday.
Roman Holiday.
Yeah.
Well, maybe they could have been on Roman fucking radio.
Maybe they could
instead.
send him to Rome.
You'd have to assume that would have done better. Roman Holiday on Roman radio than. Fucking
However, they
Breakfast
probably
Tiffany's
would have had to
on
come in on a
radio.
holiday, and that would have been wouldn't
Yeah,
have been
and they
fun.
got-
The radio station was closed. Every time they just showed up to play, the fucking doors were locked and no one was there. No one knew what was going on.
And yeah, as I said, Deep Blue Something did not have another hit after this one.
One hit wonder. Absolute,
is
genuine
it.
one hit wonder. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So sorry guys, but better luck next time. Still probably doing all right off Breakfast at Tiffany's money.
At least they had a really good band name, though.
Yeah, apparently it's the lyric of a David Bowie song.
I was being sarcastic, but yeah, I guess I'll go with it.
Every time I hear their band name, I just think of the Muppets. What's the one where they're pirates?
Muppets.
What's that one called?
Muppets Treasure Island.
Yeah, and they're talking about the big blue wet thing.
Big blue wet thing, yeah. That's great.
That's just how I think when I think of Deep Blue Something. The big blue wet thing.
Yeah, it sounds like they're in a room just trying to discuss what the name should be, and they're like, "Let's do like something to do with the ocean, like deep blue something."
Big blue
and
something.
They're like, "That's it."
Until we come up with
Like-
something better.
Yeah, that is our name for the interim.
Also, I've never
So we
mentioned.
decide on a name.
Oh, actually, I was going to bring up something in the video, and I've gone too far ahead.
We'll get
I'll
there.
wait.
You're ahead.
I did want to quickly talk
Or
about
are
the
we
production
there?
on this one. This was a revelation for me because for the whole podcast, I've been watching the videos on YouTube and on my television because I can watch YouTube on TV, which is fucking the best.
Oh,
better than
okay. Disposable income. Sorry.
21st century. Oh, I'm Ryan.
Oh,
I own a house.
Oh, I've got YouTube on my television. It's fucking great. I don't have to look it up on my fucking 2011 MacBook.
My 2020.
Not far
MacBook,
off.
thank you very
2012,
much.
actually.
Hi, I'm Ryan. I've been stealing guitars from the guitar shop I work at and selling them on the side.
Oh, that would be so
Straight
much
out of the
effort.
Dan Southern Playbook.
Could you imagine having people over buying your stuff? Yuck.
I wouldn't do it.
production. I want to talk about production. Yeah, so I found out that for some reason my TV is only playing like half the music because I was like, this sounds shitter than I remember it being, and it's missing like half the guitars and half the singing and everything like that. So now I know, and will in future listen to the songs properly.
Okay.
So
Okay.
in my experience, this song sounds like shit, but that's not the case.
To be fair, I thought the production was actually relatively good. Classic mid-90s shit. The big crunchy guitars come in over the chorus, which makes for a nice contrast with the acoustic verse that they've got throughout the whole thing. But the one thing I thought in production that just stood out as like a sore thumb as not being good at all was at 2 minutes 36, the guitar mutes that come in was like were just super.
Yeah.
Did
they're
you
not
hear those?
cool.
Yeah.
Real
Yeah.
staccato, real weird and out of place. And then the fucking guitar solo in this song sucks.
Yeah, I was about to say it's like if you're doing a guitar solo, I think they're all shit anyway. But like, at least do a guitar solo and go like.
Throw a solo.
Don't just be like. It sounds like the rhythm in a Johnny Cash song.
Yes, it's fucking.
It's like.
Ding, 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 ding.
And like and it's actually less than what it sounds like because he's playing less than what it sounds like because half of it is actually the echo pedal or delay pedal or whatever he's got going on.
Absolutely, yeah.
So he's probably actually just going like ding 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 ding. That's probably all he's doing. And the producer's like, "Fuck, we gotta do. Can you do a real guitar solo?" He's like, "Nah, that's all I got, dude. Like,
what I'm doing."
Well, the Edge has made a career out of that.
That's all I've got.
I was about to bring up U2 because
have you guys seen that clip of the Edge playing that riff? I think it's Elevation, the riff, and then he takes off all the effects, and it's the shittiest sounding like 2-chord, like ding 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 ding. That's what this is.
Didn't I think Bill Bailey made a joke about it. You know, Bill Bailey's a fucking fantastic comedian and his stand up. If you haven't watched Bill Bailey's stand up, it's fantastic.
He did
a fantastic musician.
And he makes an excellent joke, and he's doing his music on stage, he's doing his stand up at the same time, and he's like, oh, you know, you listen to U2 solos, and he plays like the equivalent of a U2 solo. He's got like 1,000 pedals, and he's like doing some really spacey, amazing shit, and he's just like, this is what the Edge sounds like without a you know.
He's playing Pop Goes the Weasel or something.
Yeah, and he plays some super shitty basic fucking riff with no pedals, and it's just oh, fantastic. Yeah, but either way, the Edge sucks. I fucking hate U2.
All right, Gavin.
So do I. I hate U2.
I hate U2.
I hate the band.
I hate
you too.
I hate the letter U, and I hate the number 1 through 2. Gavin.
Yes.
Did you watch the video for Breakfast at Tiffany's?
Not only did I watch the video for Breakfast at Tiffany's, I've also summarized it.
Can you stop doing a better job of this than me, please?
Oh wait, that's Ryan's thing. No.
You've moved up the rug, Ryan. I've got to slide in underneath and then try and usurp you. So you know.
Yeah, you got to.
Actually,
do one better.
funnily enough, if you think about that whole ace, handball scenario, if Chibs was the leader and you knocked him out, and I come in and I'm in your spot, doesn't that mean that I've just like completely bypassed this pleb Xavier and Dan scenario, and I'm probably next in line for the throne?
Maybe I just fully aced him with a slice. Or a lollipop, as we called it in my school.
All right.
And just went straight from dunce to bloody.
Straight from dunce to ace. You're
dunce
a bad
boy.
You're bringing up all these fucking.
A lollipop
in
does
handball.
not. A lollipop does not sound fucking cool. By the way, like if you're like, oh, fucking sliced you, suck shit, dickhead. Like that's a thing, but you don't go, oh, lollipop jar. Oh, now you're out.
It was a contested rule at our school too, because it was like an underhand, like over the line thing. You didn't bounce it. It was like a serve or something. I don't know. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Yes,
I did watch.
I had friends in high school.
Honestly,
I didn't.
All my friends from high school can watch YouTube on their television sets. It's crazy.
honestly,
I didn't used to just play with the wall.
I just hated handball in school because I was no good at it, and that's all anyone ever wanted to do all day long. So, fuck handball.
Yeah, fair enough.
Kevin,
Sick of handball.
what are we going to do about this theme song?
Surely.
Gavin did the song video and not Ryan because he's Chibs.
That's fair.
We get Dan to do another live version. We've already heard John Williamson last week, so let's get or last time, I should say. So let's maybe get another famous artist in to do this one.
Okay.
You know any?
Dan, who else can you pull off?
Does the name Gene Wilder ring a bell?
not really.
Know where the video is
yeah.
going.
He is knowing.
Who can I bloody do? Who's the thing? It's time for the video summary with Gavin P. And there it comes. Gavin Parkinson.
I
I love
don't
how you got
even
real
know what that
self-conscious at the end.
Once
was.
there was this Gavin. Anyway.
Yeah,
With
fair
Gavin.
enough. We'll pay it. All right. The film clip. 4 gentlemen traversed New York City by foot, flatbed truck, and horseback to attend a fully catered breakfast on the sidewalk outside Tiffany & Co. building in Midtown New York City. The public doesn't seem to have been made aware of the fact that there was a video shoot taking place and confusedly watch on while the band, taking their seats, proceed to get trashed on champagne and throw food at passers-by until an Audrey Hepburn lookalike walks past. The end.
That is so on the money. I
Not much
assume
fucking
because I don't
happens.
really
Not
know.
much- not
I don't
much
know what
happens.
Audrey. Yeah, I know what Audrey Hepburn really
It's
looks
probably
like.
the shittest film clip I've ever seen.
Oh, it's
To be
pretty
honest,
bad.
it is. Yeah, it's not great.
And it's
not
even
great
like
at all.
anti-cam quality. Like, you know, sometimes when you watch a video, humans look kind of cooler on film,
Yeah,
and then when it's home footage, it just looks like shit.
yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
this looks just shit.
This is on a budget.
So I had a note on the bass guitar playing.
He is
Yep.
strumming the bass.
Yeah, well, which
strumming it. Yeah,
well, you know, in essence, really, that's what you do with a bass. If you've got to pick, you do strum the bass. But for all the people who aren't guitarists out there or bass players, he's playing the bass like he's playing a guitar, and he looks like a damn fool.
he looks like a fool.
He's
It's
just
like he's the bass
flopping his
player.
hand around on that
He's
thing.
the bass player who didn't want to be the bass player in the
Yeah,
band, so he's
with
trying to like
guitar,
make
yeah.
people think he looks better at what he does, but he's actually done worse in doing so.
I reckon he was the lead guitarist, and all it could come up with was and they were like, "You
Well, he
are
didn't own a
fired."
He didn't
after
own
this
an
one."
echo pedal. The new guy did, so he was
Yeah.
like, "Oh, this new guy's coming in. He's got an echo pedal," and he's like, "Oh fuck,
Someone's got to play the bass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then also, I reckon that these are the most unrock star dudes you've ever seen in your life.
100%.
One of the dudes is playing an acoustic guitar, and he jumps right as if he's at a rock and roll concert, and he's a rock and roll guitarist,
Finger.
but he's very much not one of those.
Can I just
I
say,
am convinced.
I'm looking at that exact. In my notes, I had 1 minute 45 silly salmon jump was what I had written down, and that Dan
Yeah.
Southern is exactly what he. It's not even in time with the music. They just were like, quickly hold your guitar and jump like you're a rock star, and this fucking guy just went for it. It's
We
fantastic.
want to talk about
Yeah.
this is real guitar nerd stuff, but like 2 of the guitar players are playing guitars that look like they're like the cheap entry level
The
copies.
acoustics
of
at
real guitars.
Takamine. Did
I
you
know,
see the?
yeah, but it just looks like you've walked into the guitar shop that can't carry the good brands, like they don't have the license for them. Like the copy.
Yeah, I get that.
You
Yeah.
gotta
And the
get
other
the
guy's
copies,
playing
yeah.
the proper Gibson, which probably costs like $2.5 grand in 1995 money.
I am
That's the
convinced.
Hollow, right? The
I'm
Hollow.
convinced that the lead guitarist in his band is David Mitchell from Peep Show.
No, oh yeah.
Intriguing.
Yeah.
I'll give you that. But I was
Yeah.
convinced that the bass player is Josh Homme
Does look
from
Josh
Yes.
Homme,
Yeah,
doesn't
Oh
he?
shit! He looks like Josh
Yeah,
Homme with the
awesome.
Morpheus glasses on.
Wholesome
so
Josh
Josh
Homme.
Homme, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How's about the classic dumbest fucking thing to do in a music video that you could ever do, other than riding a horse down the street? You fucking idiots. They're just set up in a park, and they've got their amps, and they've gone through all the trouble to plug their guitars into the amps and such. But like, what are the amps plugged into?
Yeah.
It's so obvious that there's no generator to be seen.
And the copious amounts of tape underneath the cymbals.
Yeah, that's the other. I was going to point that out. That's like we've talked about this before, where when you're doing a music video and you're hitting the drums, it's very loud, and there's kind of no great way to mute drums, so they have to tape them up so they don't make any sound.
I just wish
don't do all your shots from underneath the drum kit.
Yeah. I just wish I could be in that park and just be there to listen to what it sounded like acoustically.
Are you fucking eating, Xavier? What are you doing? What are you eating? Are you eating those TV snacks that you melted on your MacBook?
I'm eating TV snacks as I talk. I don't fucking give a shit anymore.
Oh,
Also,
like,
I've pushed a little link here accidentally, and now I'm on the Proclaimers video for 500 miles. So if I happen to be
next on the podcast, fuck it.
I love that song.
I'm just gonna keep talking as if like the video I'm watching is the Breakfast at Tiffany's video.
Right, what do you think of it? What do you think of it, Dan Southern? What are you
Well,
seeing
look,
right
for
now?
this Breakfast at Tiffany's, you know, you've got the Proclaimers, and they're like there's and they're playing Breakfast at Tiffany's.
Walking. I'll tell you.
They're walking. How far are they walking, Dan Southern, in the Breakfast at Tiffany's video?
Seems to be a minimum of no more than 500 miles.
No more than.
I'm back.
I thought they would have walked 500 more. I don't know. That's just me.
They would have, yeah. They didn't need to.
It's implied.
It turns out
heavily implied.
Yeah, it's implied. So what about the idea that in this video that like all the shit that's happening seems to be like legit happening, and everyone is sort of just looking, just going like, the fuck is happening here?
I feel like
why are those people?
Yeah,
I've been to New York a couple of times, and that just happens. Stuff like that.
Yeah,
right.
Time.
I just feel like I just can't get away from the fact that. Ooh.
Who's at Woolies? Who's doing the checkout at Woolies?
I think that's Zav.
Is that me?
Yeah, I think Zav, your video's frozen.
That's me. Well, you just got an insight into how fucking basic this podcast is. We definitely just use our phones for FaceTime to communicate.
Oh man, whenever like I had a group chat last night with my band, and like first time we've done it, and one of the dudes he sends a message through. He goes, "So is there a Zoom link for this?" I'm like, "No, Facebook Messenger. You like video call. You fucking weird
Philistine.
Why would you do Zoom, you idiot? Yeah, you Philistine. Yeah, Fred Flintstone."
Flintstone.
They're the same thing.
One real quick thing was that I can just imagine how many fucking pissed off taxi drivers there would have been who like could have used the 3 parks that they've used in the middle of the street, like outside fucking Tiffany's, as if there's not going to be fucking thousands of people coming in that day that want to get dropped off outside Tiffany's.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like it's really fucking selfish. Really selfish.
It's super selfish, man. They're a bunch of fucking really selfish pieces of shit.
Did you guys notice in the background a lot of shots? There's these big red double-decker buses that go around.
Yes, it looked very London-esque.
As I said, I've been here a couple of times, and they're it's like a tour bus kind of thing where they take you around all the spots, and you have the headphones.
And you see them gawking the whole film.
Oh yeah.
And I every time we go to places that have them, we do them because they're always the hosts on the buses are always really funny, like. Just they must be comedians or like actors looking for work and stuff.
Failed comedians.
So fucking funny. Anyway, I was on one of them once, and we went through Harlem, which is like the sort of like black district.
Careful, Ryan.
Yeah.
Did you just say what I thought you said?
And we stopped the bus, and like there was this guy on the street outside of a. Dan's giving me the cutthroat.
This program has been cancelled indefinitely.
We have cancelled ourselves.
Sorry, Ryan. So you're in a certain neighborhood. Continue.
And we've stopped the bus, and this guy is looking up at us, looking at him.
What was the neighborhood?
He goes, "Stop staring at black people." And we were only staring because he was looking at us. But yeah, I thought it was funny at the time. A little bit intimidating. Stop staring at black people. And that's exactly what the guys on this bus are doing, except stop staring at deep blue people.
Oh, Ryan's going to lose his mortgage.
Ryan can only pray to lose his mortgage right now.
Well,
fuck.
Racist to talk about people.
No, but it's funny to imply that you're being racist.
Yeah. But it's racist to talk about people like that.
Yeah, it's a funny thing that whenever anyone gets anywhere near a topic, that you can tell they're being careful about what they're saying, and it's fine. They're actually just saying nothing wrong. It's like, what did you just say?
Yeah, you just G him up. You just G him up.
Yeah.
Big time. Like, hang on, mate. What have you just said?
I feel like I could still sleep at night after this one.
YouTube comments, anyone?
I have
Wait,
one,
can I
but I
just
reckon
say
everyone's
before
got the same one as me.
Oh, sorry, no, you go for it. I've still got comments on the video, but carry on with the comments.
Oh, no, let's get the video out of the way.
Okay, so the video at 1:38, 1 minute 38. There's quite literally 1/2 of a second shot of the drummer playing drums whilst rolling down a busy New York street, and they don't make any other reference to it until 4:05. And there's another 1 second snippet, and he's actually playing the drums.
Oh,
He was clearly sitting on a platform, being driven down a fucking busy New York street, playing the drums. It looked like an intense shot to film. Like
they probably fucked it up hard, and that's why there's
he's sitting unsupported on an actual just platform being rolled down the street.
Yeah,
in
I reckon
traffic and stuff. And they only and that would have been a difficult shot to film, and it would have been an absolute bastard to do. And they've only I reckon total showed one actual, like a genuine 1 second worth of footage from that.
Yep.
Half a second at like probably a minute 38, half a second at 4 minutes 05.
It's like that movie that they had to close I think it was a Tom Cruise movie, maybe. And he drives in a car, and it's the middle of Times Square, and they had to close Times Square for this one shot of this one movie. And it goes for about 30 seconds, and they only had one go to do it. And like, I swear you can see him almost laugh.
Oh,
yeah. And they would only allow him to
fuck it up.
Yeah, they only allowed them to film it at like 5 o'clock in the morning, so you can see how early it is in the morning, and it's like, but it's like it's one of the greatest scenes. I can't remember what it was from.
Was it one of those post-apocalyptic kind of ones? Like,
yeah.
That thing with the drums, I reckon the absence of footage is just like them turning a corner, and there's just some there's just some kid that just cops a crash symbol to the nose, the bridge of his nose.
Splits his face up good.
It breaks the bridge of his nose, and then it's just them dealing with the family going, all right, look, it's for a film clip. What's it going to take to make this go away?
Yeah.
And they're like,
the rest of the film,
we're not even worried about that. Our kid's nose has caved in, and he's bleeding. He's bleeding out from his face. He's going to die.
I don't know if you've heard of us. We're one hit wonder, Deep Blue something. Okay, so we can fund this. I will say that also, like I mentioned the Morpheus Sonnies earlier, they come in at 1 minute 10, and I just think that's just such a fantastic shot. He comes from I think it's from the chorus back into the verse, and he's suddenly wearing those like very, very 90s Sonnies, and it's just
the whole thing, fashion wise, is super 90s.
It very much is a product of its era, but it's that one bit, the Morpheus Sonnies at 1 minute 10 just cracked. I stopped. I had to pause. I was laughing out loud as I wrote that note. I was like, that's fucking great.
It is great, especially because he seems to be a pioneer of that, because like this is obviously pre-Morpheus.
This is 1995.
Yeah.
Morpheus wasn't until, I believe, 99? 99? Yeah.
Could have asked me. I knew the answer.
Okay, well, I apologize, Dan Southern, but
what's the name of your
was it
Matrix
99?
podcast, Dan?
What was that?
What's the name of your Matrix podcast?
That's on a neo to no. It's a neo to no basis. So tune in.
We'll be live
fucking
next
amazing.
Tuesday. All right. Can you get me in on that? I'm in on it. All right, I'm in.
Yeah.
That'll be our future
Fuck this
podcast where we try and explain things to someone who hasn't seen it. Because I've seen The Matrix, but as I recall, I kind of liked it.
I didn't really mention the melody of the chorus in this song is pretty fucking stupid.
What about
Said I think I wanted to like it, but I heard,
Actually, I thought they were Irish. I thought they were Irish from that melody, but it turns out they're from Texas.
You could put a little Irish jig to this, I reckon.
Yeah, that's Irish
Melody the same, but keep the backing music like boom, dicka boom,
Yeah.
dicka boom. Ding.
What about breakfast and Tiffany's?
Some say I look like Tiffany.
All right,
Fight
let's
like a
get
two.
YouTube comments out of here.
Oh, hey,
I've got 3.
I I got one. My one is when I was a kid, I thought it was breakfast activities,
Yeah, that was one of mine.
and now I can't unhear it.
That is good, man.
I got
What about that?
one
I'm into
from
that.
one from Jossie Love 1 month ago. Love this song, "Breakfast in Tiffany's." Do you?
Yeah. Yeah, I got one.
Yep.
Do you want to hear it?
Yep.
Okay, so this is from Tiffany Jetta, and she says, "I'm Tiffany, lol."
Good
I
one.
got to shout out my little bit of fellow pride. The Pinoy channel comes in with, I wonder what it's like to have breakfast at Tiffany's.
Good question.
That's it.
Yeah, worth a comment. Worth
Yep,
putting that comment
worth it,
down.
worth
Here's
it.
one from
Comes to come.
Diana Wolf 1 month ago. Turn out some more tunes, please.
Turn out.
Wow.
Turn a wolf.
They got one thumbs up. Diana did, so maybe they're listening. All right, do you guys want to try and guess what Deep Blue Something's net worth is
What, as a
As
band?
as a band? Yeah.
No, I'm gonna say I suppose this song's done pretty well, hasn't it? What have we got? 145 million views. That is a lot of views, man. I'm gonna just say what, $8 million each.
Gav?
8 million. Wait, what'd you say? 8 million each?
Yeah.
Well,
I didn't really know. Are we collectively like what's the
that's 32 million. Hang on,
Collectively for the band. That's all I've got.
for the band. So the band, you Dan, something you're saying 32 mil for the band?
I guess so. Well,
Yeah.
it's a
I
hard
feel
one.
like they're coming in less than that. I don't know. Fuck, I'm going maximum 20 mil for the band.
Sav?
I'm gonna go real fucked and say
Oh,
70 million.
Deep Blue Something's net worth is $11 million.
11.
Ah,
Okay.
very good, very good, very good.
Or somehow closest.
Yeah, and a little critical
Dan.
reception on Deep Blue Something's Breakfast at Tiffany's. Brian Wallert called Breakfast at Tiffany's a cute, catchy song that should fit in well on adult contemporary top 40 and alternative radio, with memorable melody that makes it a perfect single, along with the mildly repetitive conversational lyrics of the chorus and the bright acoustic guitar. However, Tom Sinclair of Entertainment Weekly was unimpressed. He called it possibly the year's most innocuous single. Breakfast at Tiffany's is distressingly prosaic pop from a wimpy-sounding Texas quartet. He added that it lacked any musical piquancy.
Piquancy.
Yeah, I did think it lacked piquancy.
I picked that up straight away, actually. Like, I was looking out for the piquancy and not a skerrick to be heard.
It's one thing they lacked. Not a skerrick of piquancy.
And finally, the Houston Press listed the song as the second worst by an artist from Texas after Vanilla Ice's Ice Ice Baby.
Oh shit.
Oh, no, Vanilla Ice is a way better song.
VH1 and Blender ranked the song number 6 on their list of the 50 most awesomely bad songs ever.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Intriguing. Yeah.
Mm.
Let's say,
Sorry, no, you go.
no. In terms of like, are we going legacy? Are we talking legacy for this track right now? Or?
Well, Legacy is how it charted in the Billboard charts, but it also, like I said, they didn't really follow this up with anything. The band broke up not long, well, actually about 6 years
Immediately.
after.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, either way, I will say that Clay Burgess, Bergus, Clay Burgess, I believe it was. He was the guitarist and backing vocalist, I suppose, for the band, and he actually became the manager of the Fort Worth, Texas branch of Eddie V's Prime Seafood Restaurant from 2009 until present, where you can currently order the Shellfish Tower, which consists of Maine lobster, shrimp, oysters, and jumbo lump crab for the very reasonable price of $70. So head on down to Eddie V's Prime Seafood today in Fort Worth and tell them that 1001 Song sent you, and you'll just get all your dreams come true, mate.
You'll get a discount code called Breakfast at
Tiffany. So look,
Enter discount code piquancy into the website.
Piquancy. I've actually got the Eddie V's Prime Seafood Restaurant from Fort Worth pulled up. to be perfectly honest, I feel like he the guitarist in this band hasn't done too well because this looks like a fucking banging restaurant. I'd eat here any day. Maine lobster tacos for $20. House made fresh tortillas with grilled sweet corn pico and lobster. That sounds fucking fantastic.
Americans, man, they just know what they're doing.
They know what they're doing. They started an alt rock band out of Texas. They ditched that shit in the late 90s and they start a fucking seafood restaurant in Fort Worth, Texas. And they kick. I mean, obviously he didn't start it.
They also got back together in 2014, and I don't know what's happened since.
Well, I assume he's still managing this restaurant that I'm looking at online here because
It'd be hard to get some time off work. I think it would be hard.
Okay, hang on. For $14 you can secure yourself the warm goat cheese salad.
Oh, now we're talking.
Arugula roasted with roasted wild mushrooms and cider vinaigrette.
If there's one thing I enjoy, it's a warm goat.
An iceberg wedge BLT, crisp bacon, blue cheese, and buttermilk chive dressing for $12. I don't know what the hell I'm still doing. Look, if COVID wasn't on right now, I wouldn't be sitting in my, at my desk in Australia. I'd be flying to Eddie V's Prime Seafood Restaurant in Fort Worth, Texas, and being served an iceberg wedge BLT by the former guitarist of Deep Blue Something.
Well,
Don't forget that discount code was breakfast at Tiffany's for a 15% discount.
Hang on, shit! Do they have a breakfast menu?
Well, listen to this. I've got a final thought here.
Okay.
And I said, what about seafood at Eddie V's?
Oh, it writes itself.
First of all, they don't have a breakfast menu at this seafood restaurant, so that's going to have to be the closing remark.
Yeah.
Thank you, right?
We still need to rate this shit.
Motherfuckers, this is it. Now it's time to rate this shit.
All right.
Who you got?
Dan Southern. Oh, hang on. Sorry. I've done it again. Let's say that. So, what do you rate this song out of 1 to 10? 1 being that you actually really like Breakfast at Tiffany's and you're a big fan of all of.
Isn't it a jewelry store? Didn't you say?
Tiffany's is a jewelry store.
Tiffany and Co's, yeah.
So you're having like diamond
I need help.
material.
Yep.
You're having
They have breakfast there, don't they?
Okay, yeah. So 1 is that,
is it?
1 is that you have Wheat Bix and cornflakes and anything you'd like for breakfast. Orange juice
At Tiffany's, yeah.
at Tiffany's.
Yeah.
Imagine being an Australian getting breakfast at Tiffany's, like, hey mate, you got any Wheat Bix?
I've had Weebies for breakfast.
10 is the only thing on the menu is the regular jewelry that they carry at Tiffany's, and you have to eat it.
Okay. Who you got? Who's up?
Yeah, I'll go.
Yeah. Go.
Yeah. I'd be going up to them and saying, "Can I please have your least expensive piece of jewelry?"
Oh, you have to pay for it too, yeah.
I shan't eat it. Yeah, that you have to. I assumed you'd have. They're not just going to give it to you. And I'll say, look, I'm not going to eat it, but I will put it in my body, because that's the only way I can represent my disdain for this song. It's a 10.
10. This song sucks.
I freaking hate this song, man.
Wow.
I hate this song.
Full on.
I hate this song so much. Like, it's stupid. There's like so many choruses.
Is there a thing for 10?
Yeah, there's a 10 song. Yeah.
Okay, we don't need
So many like choruses, right? There's too many. Like for one is too many. It's not even a good chorus at all. As I said before, he's like da 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 da. Like it's not. That's not a cool melody at all. And then think about the amount of said shit choruses. There's so many. I didn't even count them because I got over the idea of even trying to count them because I'd already listened to it through once to sort of bone up the info for the podcast. I'm like, I'm gonna check this out, and I listened to it and I'm like, I've always hated that. And that's so stupid. Then they do like the chorus that many times, and they do that after
He's rolled
it
up.
heaps
He's
of
rolled up.
times. They did
Israel.
that as well. They're like, oh, the whole thing we got. Yeah, here we go again. And then when you watch the video, they're like rocking that. They're trying to make that the visual of the playing of that look awesome and like rock and roll. So they're banging their heads and they're jumping around, and they don't look like it doesn't look like consistent to the way it sounds.
Okay.
It looks so stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyway, I hate the song.
It's huge.
I hate the content. I hate the fact that like talking about we got nothing in common, but we're clinging onto it. Just fucking move on. It's all good. Just no
What else
worries.
has come wrong?
If you got one thing in common and it's a movie that is not very well regarded, I don't think you got much potential for this relationship to go anywhere.
All right.
So you should just move on. Anyway, you bunch of fuckwits. You look like Josh Homme. Don't strum the bass guitar like it's an acoustic guitar. You look like a fuckwit. I hate the song.
Just quickly, I found something as we were talking here that I thought was funny. If you go on Deep Blue Something's Wikipedia article, external links at the end, we got Deep Blue Something on MySpace, Deep Blue Something on IMDb. That's it. And if you look at categories that Deep Blue Something sort of fall under, we've got musical groups established in 1991, musical groups disestablished in 2001, and musical groups re-established in 2014.
Wow, I thought you were going to
Yeah.
say like even a LinkedIn account for the band.
MySpace. That's it.
MySpace. Fuck.
Yeah.
All right, Zav, what do you rate this song?
Yeah. Look, it's been an interesting night. I've given Paul McCartney a 1, which, I mean, you probably would have expected me to do, but then you also would have expected me not to do that. I mean, tonight, that wasn't tonight. That was the
whenever you're
last
listening to
episode that we
this.
did, which was bloody live when we did that, and we're live now.
Anything could happen.
Fuck, I've ruined it. Anyway, yeah, look, another 1 for this song.
Oh.
Mm.
Yeah, well, at least it's
I can listen to
consistent.
this all day, every day, I reckon.
Yeah, I could not.
Yeah.
There's not one thing not one thing at all.
I just love how we're complete polar opposites on this song, and it's kind of like making me a bit horny.
You still there, Gavin?
So
Yeah, no, Gavin,
the video, Gavin, say nothing if you want to give us a bunch of money, and you're okay with us coming to your house right now to get it. We're just going to come over.
Like right now.
I'm just going to walk into your house.
3, 2, 1, you've got to enter or not.
Gavin,
What do you reckon about that?
where you been, mate?
Too late.
Massively agree with everything you just said.
Okay,
it's so
good.
good.
Well,
That's so
that lined
good.
up perfectly
That's
then.
so good.
Great.
Waiting for your score there. It's all right.
So you
That's
want
me,
to win next?
Gavin. That's me at
You
the
go
door,
next,
mate.
you go- Okay, there you go. There you go.
We said
Okay.
nothing for about 5 minutes until you came back, and it was just like dead air on the podcast. So
Mm.
Yeah,
Thanks.
yeah, that's what I do here. I'm just like, look, I feel like dead air is probably better than the average. What you guys come up
And
with
thanks for
anyway,
listening,
so,
guys. Make sure you subscribe on the.
Anyway, motherfuckers, 1 out of 10. This song's a banger. I
Yes,
absolutely love the
I love
chorus.
it.
I
I
think
love
I think
it.
it's
I love it. I
huge.
love it. I
I think Dan Southern's completely wrong with every single one of the comments that he made. I really truly enjoy this song. I've always liked this song. When I heard that it was coming up for the podcast, I was really excited to review it because I thought,
Mm.
no, fuck it, I really like this song. It's a banger.
it's definitely
And
know what I
Ryan,
thought?
what do we got, Ryan?
Big
You and
tune.
Zav are fat assholes.
I gave it a 1, 2.
Yeah, fuck yeah, Zav. It's a 1 out. It truly is a 1 out of 10 effort. It really
We're
is. a
gonna
good
have
song.
sex one of these days, and that's fine.
We've got to.
every-
It's bound to happen. It's a good song. I think it's one of those ones that's like it's a bit nostalgic, but it's also just still somehow an absolute fucking banger.
Hell,
and
of course.
I got nothing bad to say about it.
Look, every year I make a playlist of all my music that I've sort of collected over the years, and sometimes things don't make the cut, and sometimes things do make the cut, depending on how I'm feeling. Deep Blue Something's Breakfast at Tiffany makes the cut every single time.
Yes.
That's
Having
pretty
said that, though, I don't always let it play in the playlist if it comes up. Sometimes I'll skip it. So I can't give it a 1. It's definitely not a 10. I'm going to give it a 3.
Okay.
Okay.
Ooh, 3 out of
Alright.
10.
Yes.
Fair enough.
So,
So we got a 1,
I
1, 3,
almost-
10. Okay. Well, Dan Southern's clearly a fucking idiot, but whatever. We'll get back to that next time.
Massive dick though. I almost didn't give it a
argue. I
10. I
know it's
was
true.
like,
I know it's true.
I was like, it's a 9. I'm not giving it a 10. I fully in my head, I was like, I can't really give it a 10 because I don't hate it. But then I was like, I have to be able to say that like I have to be able to find something I like about it. And I just legit can't. I just went through going, I actually can't find anything I like about it. I think I hate this song.
Fair enough. I like that.
Okay. We're going to leave it there. So don't forget to like, subscribe, leave us a comment, send us an email, buy a t-shirt. If your name is Brendan, hit us up.
If your name is Brendan, kill someone.
If your name's Brendan, hit us up from your jail cell because we've almost certainly, listen to you kill someone.
Seek help, Brendan. I'm here for you, buddy, if you need me. The other code.
And don't forget that discount code of 15%. It is breakfast at Tiffany's via the 1001 crew.
Yeah, or order online and use the promo code DIE for 20% off.
And I'm going to try something new for the end of the podcast here. We're all going to leave you with a final thought, but we're all going to say it all at the same time on 3, 2, 1.
Everyone
Chips
likes
suck
to
balls.
eat us.
Very much.
Fuck chips.
Bye.
My loneliness is killing me, and I must confess, I still believe.
Oh, that was good.